to form new cabinet midterm. Jagan Mohan Reddy to have 5 deputy chief ministers. First of all, you should know there is no constitutional mandate that you should have only 1 deputy CM or 5 deputy CM or 25 deputy CMs. You can have 1, 2, 5 or 25 total. There is no wrong in that. Okay, there is no constitutional mandate as to how many people can be designated as deputy chief ministers. Any number of people can become deputy chief ministers. There is no bar. Many of the students asked me this question: can Jagan Mohan Reddy make 5 people, 5 ministers as deputy chief ministers? It is only designation. It is only designation. Okay. Beyond that, you need not bother much. And one shocking news is that Kargil war veteran was declared as foreigner by Foreigners Tribunal. He was declared as foreigner by Foreigners Tribunal and was sent to detention camp. And Guwahati High Court yesterday have given bail to him. Guwahati High Court yesterday have given bail to him. There is a man called Sanayullah, Sanaullah, Sanayullah. His age is 52 years. He worked in Indian Army as a soldier for 30 years, including Kargil war. And surprisingly and shockingly, the Foreigners Tribunal, which is dealing with the foreigners issues with respect to NRC in Assam, have declared this man as foreigner and have sent to detention camp. And Indira Gising, very famous lawyer, is defending his case, and he got bail recently. This was the thing. So this shows how things are moving with respect to immigrants, illegal immigrants, and NRC and citizenship in Assam and all these issues in India. Guwahati High Court grants Kargil veteran Sanayullah interim bail from Assam's foreign detention camp. From Assam's foreigner detention camp. The retired soldier had furnished documents showing that he has served Indian Army for 30 years. Muhammad Sanayullah, a 52-year-old Indian Army retiree who was declared as a foreigner, got released after Guwahati High Court's bail order. Foreigners Tribunal declared Sanayullah as foreign national, and the tribunal said he entered into India after 25th March 1971. March 25th, 1971 is a cut-off date. After which residents of Assam have to prove their nationality and get their name included in the NRC by submitting documents or some proofs. So March 25th, 1971 is the deadline, and he could not prove that he was a resident of Assam before March 25th, 1971. So he was declared as foreigner. Now he submitted proofs that he was served Indian Army. He served Indian Army for 30 years. This was the story. Muhammad Sanayullah. This is the story of Muhammad Sanayullah. You have to remember. And next important news coming to today's newspaper. The news is about FCRA. Foreign Contributions Regulation Act 2010. The news is about FCRA, Foreign Contributions Regulation Act 2010. Here, for all of you, I wish to tell you one news. Till last year, UPSC used to focus more on schemes, welfare programs and policies. This year, only one question have come on mission, that is Atal Innovation Mission. Beyond that, Most of the questions given by UPSC this time on public policy, bills, acts. Policies, bills and acts are rules. So this year many questions were framed from various bills, acts or rules. So there was a transformation which we can observe in UPSC prelims paper this year. I will narrate what are the areas which UPSC are focused with respect to various acts now. See, if you see the question paper of UPSC, one question on wetland conservation rules. Wetland Conservation Rules 2010, and next question is coal sector and nationalization. Next is Parliament Prevention of Disqualification Act 1959, and next question is Forest Rights Act 1927, and next question is on Environmental Protection Act 1986. Next question is on Solid Waste Management Rules 2016. Solid Waste Management Rules 2016. Next question is on Industrial Employment Standards Amendment Rules 2018. Next question is on CAMPA, Compensatory Afforestation Fund 2016. Next question is on E-Waste Management Extended Producer Responsibility. E-Waste Management Extended Producer Responsibility. So you should understand Wetland Conservation Rules, Environmental Protection Act, Coal Sector Nationalization, Prevention of Disqualification of Parliamentarians Act 1959, Forest Rights Act, Environmental Protection Act, Solid Waste Management and Industrial Employment Rules, Central Government Rules 2018, E-Waste Management Rules, Extended Producer Responsibility, CAMPA. So if you see the list of the questions this year, these are the areas which UPSC have focused. Earlier I used to ask all of you to read about schemes and programs. Now this year it is acts, it is all about rules and important rules, but particularly wetlands, waste management, solid waste management, all those things. So you are expected to follow various important legislations from now on very, very carefully in a pinpointed way. So here you should understand, in today's newspaper for example, there is an issue on NGOs, non-governmental organizations. In that they have given FCRA, Foreign Contribution Regulation Act 2010. FCRA. You may get a simple question. The implementation of FCRA comes under which ministry? The implementation of FCRA comes under which ministry? Ministry of Home Affairs. Ministry of Home Affairs. In the same way, why this was in news today? This was in news because Ministry of Home Affairs said NGOs changing their office bearers without information, all these things are wrong. So Ministry of Home Affairs will give, MHA will give stringent punishments to the NGOs which change their nature and structure and also office bearers without information. And one more thing, only when an NGO is registered under FCRA 2010, Foreign Contribution Regulation Act 2010, only they are entitled to get foreign contributions, not all NGOs. And you have one more act related to that, FERA Act, FERA, Foreign Exchange Regulation Act, FERA, FERA Chattam, FERA Act. FERA Act comes under RBI. RBI regulates the overseas this FERA Act. So FCRA is regulated, is controlled by MHA. The act, the nodal ministry is MHA, Ministry of Home Affairs. Whereas FERA majorly dealt by RBI, Reserve Bank of India. These type of even small things you have to take into consideration because UPSC is more worrying about now the acts and policies. And coming back, National Commission for the Protection of Child Rights is in news. National Commission for the Protection of Child Rights is in news. The issue is in Arunachal Pradesh, in an MLA's house, one kid got killed in a suspicious way, and a 12 years old kid, and the kid was buried in Assam, and now excavations were, the dead body was exhumed. Now they are doing one more post-mortem to it. So you have to know about National Commission for Protection of Child Rights 2005. National Commission for Protection of Child Rights 2005. Because this issue is going on, you should know National Commission for the Protection of Child Rights. And whenever you are reading about child rights, you should also read about related acts. One is POCSO, Protection of Children from Sexual Offences Act. One is POCSO, POCSO. Second is JJ Act, Juvenile Justice Act. One is POCSO, second is JJ Act, Juvenile Justice Act. And more importantly, you should also know National Commission for the Protection of Child Rights comes under which ministry? Ministry of Women and Child Development. National Commission for the Protection of Child Rights comes under Ministry of Women and Child Development. Even this is required. And one interesting news, for the 17th Lok Sabha elections, the total spending is 60,000 crores. The total money that was spent was 60,000 crores. And one more interesting news is, out of the 60,000 crores, 27,000 crores was spent by BJP alone. Out of the 60,000 crores, 27,000 crores was spent by BJP alone. So there was a allegation that excessive commercialization of elections. Excessive commercialization of elections. And Congress might release a white paper on this issue. And next important thing, Niti Aayog is going to meet, you all know that Niti Aayog was also revamped. Niti Aayog is going to meet on June 15th, and with all probability Mamata Banerjee is going to skip. With all probability Mamata Banerjee is going to skip. Her complaint is Niti Aayog is not so effective, not so inclusive. Her complaint is Niti Aayog is not so effective, not so inclusive. And the other important news coming to today's news is, you all know Sudan, the issue is going on. Sudan government is brutally killing the protesters. There was an internet shutdown, complete internet shutdown in Sudan. People in Sudan are living in fear. People in Sudan are living in fear. You all know Bashir government was dethroned. Now Sudan is under the control of military. Even African Union is saying that unless peace is established in Sudan, African Union will not have any further relationship with Sudan. So let's hope that peace will prevail in Sudan. Coming to Hindu paper today, as we have discussed, always page number 7, kindly have a look. Page number 7, you might get very important news, kindly have a look. The news which I have told Home Ministry wants NGOs is from page number 7. Home Minister wants NGOs is from page number 7. Even Child Rights Panel wants Assam girl's body exhumed. Even these two important news are from page number 7. And kindly remember what are tropical diseases. Tropical diseases are the diseases which generally occur in the tropical regions where there is very warm climate. Tropical diseases do not generally occur in the cold climatic zones. You all know dengue, malaria, Nipah, they all come under tropical diseases. There is a word called neglected tropical diseases. Kindly try to understand neglected tropical diseases. Coming back, Prime Minister's Modi visit to Maldives and Sri Lanka. Modi's visit to Maldives and Sri Lanka. And though in 2018 Modi visited Maldives, it was very short. India have extended $800 million support to Maldives, line of credit to Maldives, $800 million. And also construction of cricket stadium, water purification and sewerage systems, coastal surveillance. Maldives do not have water to drink. 3-4 years back, when Maldives faced a serious drinking water shortage, India has sent desalination ships, 2 ships with desalination plants. So first is desalination water supply, second is cricket stadium, $800 million line of credit. All these things India is, and also coastal surveillance, India is trying to help Maldives. And Sri Lanka, you all know what happened on the Easter day. India is showing its solidarity with Sri Lanka. And you all know that Sri Lanka is going to have its elections, presidential elections. So India's help is almost needed in Sri Lanka. And Maldives, Ibrahim Soli government is all favorable to India. Let's hope that India-Maldives relations will go much forward, and within 1 or 2 days we will get the entire episode of India Maldives and India Sri Lanka. Coming to other important news, 12 MLAs, 18 MLAs. Congress face off in Telangana. Out of 18 MLAs, 6 were there, 12 members, 12 MLAs went and joined TRS party, and it won't affect defection because 91st Constitution Amendment says two-third merger is allowed. Two-third merger is allowed. And next article is the spirit of 1989 from Tiananmen. You all know Tiananmen, democracy. In China, in Beijing, there is a place called Tiananmen Square, where young students, around 10 lakhs at one point of time, led pro-democratic movements, and China suppressed it brutally. Officially, no news relating to that was published in Chinese newspapers, but this was a fact. Tiananmen. So democracy is inevitable. Democracy is not far away in any country. Though it might be a typical communist country politically, one day it's going to see democracy, there's no doubt about it. China is going to see democracy. A thread of fear and hate. Today's ground zero. A thread of fear and hate. I cannot comment on this article, kindly read. Okay, I don't want to comment. And next important article is Brexit. And it claimed second Prime Minister after the issue started. I do remember a day where in the year 2016, the then Prime Minister, who is the Prime Minister? David Cameron, said, I cannot lead this. Within few days of referendum in June 2016, David Cameron left the office. Now Theresa May. She thought that she can brave all odds and can lead Britain towards safe Brexit, but unfortunately, the Conservative Party leader and the British Prime Minister, Conservative Party, also called as Tories, she left the Prime Minister post. Let's hope that Britain will have a very safe Brexit. And next important thing you should know here, very important news with respect to economy. On February 12th, 2018, there was an order issued by RBI. On February 12th, 2018, there was a circular issued by RBI. Here I wish to tell you, this year, there is a boy who went to interview. His name is Ponna Venkatesh. He got a question. February 12th, circular of RBI, what is that? Interview question. What is February 12th, 2018 circular given by RBI? You just imagine. And from this article, this year prelims question have also come. Inter-creditor agreement. Page number 13. Page number 13. Kindly see. I have seen one interview question and one prelims question from this article. Inter-creditor agreement is this year prelims question. And the February 12, 2018 order is an interview question. Okay? February 12, 2018, RBI issued a circular stating that after 90 days you cannot wait even one day, you declare it as NPA and start resolution proceedings. NPA will be declared by 90 days and they will give some time for resolution proceedings. But RBI said don't wait even for a day, a single day. Then Supreme Court declared this circular as void, saying that this is too brutal. And then now 30 days review period was given. After declaring it as NPA, immediately resolution proceedings will not be started. 30 days review will be given. So within 30 days they will see. Okay, this is the other thing. There is one important allegation which you should know. We are nipping our industries in the bud. We are nipping our industries in the bud. We are not allowing our industries to flourish. We are not allowing our industries to survive. Okay, even that perspective should know. There is one important message 3 years back our economic survey carried. Chakravyuha challenge of Indian economy. Chakravyuha challenge of Indian economy. You all know in Mahabharata there is a character called Abhimanya. Abhimanya entered into Padmavyuham, but he could not come out of it. In the same way, an entrepreneur will be completely under crisis in the Indian circumstances and no exit policy for him. No exit policy for him. And don't look all NPS in a negative prism. There are genuine defaulters. If you give some cushion to them, they will definitely repay. Even that you have to understand. And coming back today's newspaper, if you see the last page, there are two things which you have to remember. First is, in the year 2000, Russia has sent 7 people for space tourism. Now, America is planning through private, by using, say, SpaceX and other private agencies for space tourism to reach International Space Station, and the price per night is $35,000. So if you want to go for space as a tourist, at least if you want to save for 3-4 nights, you have to save lakhs of dollars, not thousands of dollars, but lakhs of dollars. This is space tourism, new concept. And next concept is Tarana Burke. This might be an important question. Tarana Burke, T-A-R-A-N-A, Tarana, B-U-R-K-E. She is a lady who used this term Me Too movement. She is an activist from 2003, woman activist. She told, don't wait for a long time to tell your story, to reveal your story. Instantly tell your story. Tell your story in your own name. Tell your story in your own name. Tell your story in your own name. And Me Too movement is not a M-O-M-E-N-T movement, but it is a M-O-V-E-M-E-N-T. She also told, Me Too movement is not a movement, just a moment, an event. It is not just M-O-M-E-N-T, but M-O-V-E-M-E-N-T. So this is a news today. Done.